All right, welcome back to Fire to Fork. Today, we're gonna cook some KFC, but not from the kernel. This is gonna be Korean fried chicken, and it's one of my favorite things in the world to eat. And I don't know how I've got this far through my channel without cooking it, because I have made it before, but just never on video. It's crazy. So, we're gonna start off with the chicken. And to the chicken, we're gonna marinate this. We'll just sort of leave it out for, I don't know, half an hour or something while we do the other stuff. So we're going to leave it with it, give it a little bit of its own flavour on the meat itself by quickly adding in to a pot. I never bring a mixing bowl camping because I've got pots and they're dual purpose, and I like everything to have two purposes, except for the knife. The knife is for cutting and cutting. You can try and cut it really finely with the knife if you want, but graters are so good. So this being Korean, honestly, if you wanted to just double the amount of garlic, you could, and you wouldn't notice it. It's crazy. Korean food, I don't know what it does. It just can take as much garlic off your hands as you like. I could put 10 cloves of garlic in that and it would still taste great. Don't really understand how they do it, how it just absorbs garlic. So a bit of a knob of ginger, so probably like, we'll use 1.5 centimeters of that. Okay, now quickly work on this chicken. This is day 2 of frying oil that is from yesterday. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna be so sick of fried food. So these are skin on chicken thighs, and they've also got bone in, so I'll take the bone out. You can leave the bone in if you want. Some people like to eat fried chicken off the bone, and go for it if you want to. I don't mind it, but you know, there's something a bit luxurious about a boneless bit of fried chicken. And then I'm just going to cut these in half. It's sort of the size of fried chicken I like. Bit of excess skin, don't need all that. You can take the skin off if you want, but it does add quite a good flavour. If you're feeling motivated, you can make a stock out of all this, or just render that down. The oil from chicken skin. Woo! Fun fact, back in the day, chicken salt used to be made by frying up chicken skin and then dehydrating it and then grinding that up and adding salt to it. If you don't know what chicken salt is, you don't live in Australia. But whenever you get chips in Australia, you can almost always get the option of chicken salt. And yeah, that's what it used to be made of, and it was just incredible. Now chicken salt mainly is vegan, which is fine, it still tastes good. All right, to that, bit of pepper, bit of salt, and then cool. Now, if you see me washing stuff in my camper, and you think, oh, you know, fried chicken, there's chicken juice and all this stuff and like contaminations, bear in mind, I've got a hot water system in this camper. It's a 1-button hot water system. And that means when I'm cleaning stuff, I am like properly cleaning it. I'm using lots of detergent, I'm using good scrubbers. This is not like a little cold water rinse. This is a proper wash. And I'm not shy on water because I have huge water tanks. So it's not sitting in a bath of its own stuff. It's fresh water, constantly fresh, very hot water running over it. All right, next up, we're gonna make some sauce. So I'm just gonna go straight into a wok with this one. We want equal parts gochujang. The gochujang is a Korean chili paste. You can get it at supermarkets. So probably about 1/4 cup kind of thing. Gochujang. Equal parts gochujang and tomato ketchup. There is a difference between tomato ketchup and tomato sauce, just to be clear. That's why I say ketchup. Ketchup has a little bit more acid in it. So that is ketchup, not sauce. They're similar. Let me put it this way. You can call tomato ketchup tomato sauce, but you can't call tomato sauce tomato ketchup. That's the difference. And then about half again, I'm gonna use a hot honey because I want it to be spicy, but you could just use honey. So this is like a Bunsters, the guys who make shit the bed hot sauce. They sent me a bunch of, oh, it's been in the fridge, it's cold. Bunch of different sauces, and I really like the hot honey. It goes well on pizzas. So this is just my way of cutting out an ingredient. So usually you just use honey and then like a little bit more chili. But the gochujang you can get mild or hot. This is a milder one. And this is, it's funny, this recipe is nearly gluten-free. It's not gluten-free because of the gochujang. But if you put in gluten-free soy, and then the chicken itself is gluten-free. So about, I don't know, 3 tablespoons or something of the hot honey. Then, it's Korean, so, I'll put a little bit of oil in there. Probably like a tablespoon of oil. This is just a neutral cooking oil. I'm going to put a little bit of water in there. Just a little splash. This will help it mix up nicely. Make sure you're doing this into a well-seasoned wok. A little bit of vinegar. About a tablespoon of vinegar. You should probably use rice wine vinegar, but this is the one I have. This is just normal white vinegar. Now, I want to use tons of garlic here. I'm going to get my big knife. I'm on a farm, so don't worry about the fact that these ginger things are going, garlic things are going everywhere. The cows don't mind. And it's like the family farm, so not like a rented one. We are the only people who camp here. I call that half a clove. 1.5. 2.5. Call that 5 and 6. And then all the bits. Just any chunky bits, I just get them back on the board and just crush them up. Soy sauce, about 4 tablespoons of that. And some salt. Then we'll chuck this on the heat. Finally got around to getting another one of those metal wok tools. They're the best. And they're really cheap. They just work very well. They're a good ladle as well. This is the little Osprey mini bry. And tell you what, I really like it. It's just that good for cooking. There's something about the fact that it's smaller than the compact that just makes it pump out a bit more heat. I don't know, because I've got a family, if I was to buy one, I would definitely buy the compact. But as a couple, I think the mini is pretty awesome. If you've got the compact, keep it, it's great. It's really good. Quick taste. Yeah, that's it. Whoa. That hot honey's got a serious kick. I always carry, because I've always got my fridge on, I always carry a little tiny thing of sauce because I'm rather partial to a pie, a good country bakery pie, and I hate paying for little sauces, and I love these. All right, that's it. A couple of minutes, fried up, sort of settled it, and I'm just going to leave it. We'll get onto the chicken. This is the oil I was using yesterday to make the Irish spice bag, which is last week's episode. So, this is a very similar technique actually with the chicken to last week's episode. If you saw last week's, you'll know I spilt a lot of oil, so I'm going to just give it a little top up. And I might give it a boost of heat as well. you want quick heat on your fire, you want to use pieces about the thickness of your wrist. So for the chicken, it's relatively simple actually. This is probably 700 grams, oh yeah, 600-700 grams of chicken. So I want 1 egg. And probably, I don't know, like 3/4 of a cup of corn flour, or corn starch, depending on where you are. If you can find potato starch, even better. But I can't get it at the supermarket, I can only get it at Asian shops. So it goes off the list. And then get all that salmonella on your hands. Probably go a bit more corn flour. I don't think that was enough. That was probably only half a cup. There we go. So you're looking for like slightly wet, lots of craggly bits. The craggly bits are going to be the crispiest bits. So you can kind of just slap it back into the flour. The exact proportions don't really matter as much as what it looks like. Yeah. And it is going to be gluey. We'll check our heat level with something wooden. Not bubbling yet. And we'll double check it with something electronic. Yeah, it's only 85 degrees still. Because these are smallish bits, we can do these at 180. If you've got bigger bits, you might want to do them at sort of 165. And you can double fry them and stuff if you want, if you're feeling fancy. Which means you do them at like 165 till they're sort of blonde, and then you leave them out for a bit, and then you refry them at 190 or 195. All right, while I'm waiting for that to get warm, I might try my best to make this little salad that I want to make. Just a cucumber, a little bit of vinegar, probably like 2 tablespoons. Give it a toss around, and when you're ready to serve, we'll just put some sesame seeds on top, and that's it. All right, 180. Let's chuck some chicken in. I really do far prefer cooking on a little fire pit like this that's off the ground. It is so much nicer than doing it on a ground fire. Like, I love a ground fire. I love sitting by a ground fire, but I love cooking on this. The reason I mainly do ground fires is because I want to show cooking without all the gear, without an expensive fire pit. But, you know, you got to show both. It's an option. It's a real thing. So I want to fry these until they are just golden. We keep an eye on this temperature. This wind is pretty strong and it can tend to bump the temperature up over 180. No, we're good. Still 175. But I feel like we have some auto ignition here, which means that the splashing of the oil is getting into the fire. So I'm just going to raise that a bit. Yeah, it's definitely overflowing a bit, which is creating some auto ignition, which can go badly. That bit of chicken looks ready anyway. I'll take that out. All right, that's good because it's lifted up a bit. Also, I've reduced the oil level by taking the chicken out. It's getting pretty hot now. Just kissed 190. So I know that's not technically the term of auto ignition. That's when the oil lights itself. But what I mean is it's turning into an oil fueled fire. Call me sadistic or whatever, stupid. I quite like the danger of playing with oil and fire, and maybe I'm just a big child, but I do. It's the truth. All right, bit of spring onion. So, next stage, I like to just heat this up a little bit and add back in this chicken. Cool, not trying to cook anything, just warming it up. Give it a good stir. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so garlicky and spicy and sweet, and you can smell the beautiful smell of honey and stuff. It smells like Korean fried chicken. If you've tried Korean fried chicken, you'll know what I mean. It's just the gochujang smell. It's just delicious. I don't know if this is my favorite fried chicken or not, but it's certainly, it'd be my top 2. Then sprinkle on the spring onion and some sesame seeds. And that is, oh, and some sesame seeds on this salad. Very deserving of some gratuitous B-roll. Let's do it. All right, just grab some and go, I guess. Mmm. 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 That combo, that's it. Mm. Sweet, spicy, salty, crispy, crunchy, craggly, incredibly tender because of the type of chicken we used. That's just like perfect. It's so well cooked. Absolutely delicious. And now for the good test. One of these Mandarin hazies from CBK. It is made for beer. I mean, it's fried chicken. Ugh. But spicy, salty fried chicken. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. I will say it's an intense flavour. Like, I think I should have made some rice to go with this because it can be a bit overwhelming. If you like milder flavoured things, that sauce is pretty full on. I like really intense things, so for me it works well. But if you don't, yeah, up to you. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Beer and chicken.